All right. If you're not, then I guess I'll take over then.
Might as well, bro.
Sure, sure. So I'm gonna take over and I'm gonna interview Kenneth. Right. I feel like you open up your channel, right? And I've seen a little. I haven't seen all the content. All the content. I've seen like part of it. The problem is that you post like the streams and stuff, and the streams is like 2 hours longs. Or you used to post it, I think, like the gaming streams.
The streams,
Yeah.
I still do.
Yeah, there's 2 hours of content now. You just sit down for 2 hours and
Nah, dude, I do like 10 hours sometimes.
yeah, I'm not.
Sometimes 12.
And you post the whole thing on YouTube?
Uh, sometimes it just automatically does that.
You shouldn't do that. Who's gonna sit down on YouTube for 10 hours, bro?
Bro, it's the grind, bro. This is how the grind is.
I
Just
get
like when
it.
it comes to like these podcasts, I gotta like make the clips for it.
I'm
So
not saying not to. I'm
then I gotta
saying
be consistent. Consistency is the key.
edit it. That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
You gotta
I'm not that far into the game yet, so
cherry pick. That's what I'm saying. Cherry pick like the best or like the interesting parts of the stream, and then you post
oh,
it.
that's something I'm working on. Yeah.
Because it's more like for YouTube. It's the videos that you post. It should be like the way that you gain them into the stream,
Yeah. So
or the people that just want to see the clips and they can see the clips, but the whole thing is too much to swallow. That's my opinion, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, if y'all agree, just leave a comment. Either way, bro. Tell me. I feel like all right. This is what I was gonna say at the beginning. I've seen the gaming clips. Well, stream. I've seen the gaming stream. I've seen the clips, on TikTok and stuff. But I feel like you haven't really explained like who you are, what is this about, what you stand for.
I see what you mean. I mean, I'm not exactly pushing towards gaining traffic from just gaming. I do want to build a foundation around trying to be a better role model than other streamers. Because it seems like nowadays streamers are just they're basically just promoting like OF girls.
Yeah, that's like the content, the popular content right now.
And that's where what they build their foundation around. So now it's like people are in their streams mainly to just see something like that.
So what's the difference between you and them?
You don't see no girls around here, do you?
That is true, but what is the content?
Content is motivating people, trying to give them a reason to keep pushing forward.
Right.
And trying to find their own purpose in life, which is something I'm also working on myself, but I want others to come along and join my journey.
Yeah. Gotcha. So tell me a little bit about the journey so I can understand more like what the content is about.
So far, people always come into my chat, they're asking me questions, like seeing about getting some advice. Like apparently I'm really good at giving advice.
Right.
So a lot of people come to me about relationship advice.
Gotcha.
Which, of course, me and you, for example, we've had our own struggles within our relationships. No relationship is perfect, is what people need to understand. Like
that is true.
Everything needs to be worked on. And of course, I remember you recently, about maybe like a month ago, you told me not to fall in love with like the illusion of the potential of the person, like what the person can become.
That was not a month ago. That was way longer than that.
It might have been a little bit longer, but
way longer than that. Yeah, I remember.
When you really think about it too, like when people fail to recognize what they see in front of them, they try to elude themselves into thinking like that's not what I saw.
Right.
Like they fall in love with the fantasy of that person.
Yeah, what I meant about the illusion is that you always have a picture at first when you met them, because everybody in the introduction, they want to have a good they want to present a good picture,
it's
right?
Like the introduction phase.
Yeah, so that's the issue at first, that you have to really find out who they are. I feel like everybody that goes into the dating, you shouldn't fall into the first presentation, it's like think about it like this, right? You go to a dealer, like a car dealer, right? And they're trying to sell you the car. So they'll tell you everything that's great about the car. It's like, oh man, they show the Camaro and it's like, bro, like it's fast. You're gonna get all the attention. Like, you look at the leather seats.
Really nice tires.
Yeah, but guess what? Once you have the car, now you see the issues with the car. Well, maybe the car is not that reliable. It wastes a lot of gas. And
It's
then it's
high
like
maintenance.
it's high
Key
maintenance.
word.
So you know you have to understand exactly what you're getting into. You have to find those things out. So that's what I mean about the illusion. The illusion is the first presentation that they give you, and you have to find out who they really are. And it takes time. You're not gonna get it. That's why I I don't like going into dating right away. I like to meet the person first before I go to dating. Because once I go to dating, I'm dating to stay. I'm not dating. Because once I make that commitment, I'm finding every reason to stay. You know what I mean? Which now in this society is backwards. People just finding every reason to leave.
Any reason at all.
Literally.
Whatever is the next big thing, that's what they immediately jump towards, and then they start treating the previous person or who they're with basically just slowly just deteriorating them, picking off like their faults,
The
the
problem
things that they used to not pick on. You know what I mean?
that is true. But you know what's funny? You know what that comes from? The problem is that when we grow up, from always, I feel like the way we've been taught, it has been wrong. I feel like every time we always looking for the external approval. We always looking outside for what seems to be approved from other people, either the people we love, the people outside, society, and stuff like that. And the issue with where I'm trying to go for is that a lot of people they start like once they get in a relationship, it's always become they start going with the point of view of the outside point of view instead of the inside.
Of course, that's why they post everything on social media, their entire relationship. It's all based around their face.
Yeah,
They're showing face.
it's
they
always
always
fake.
got it.
It's fake.
Yep.
And that's all the reason why people are really bad at self-improving, because they're always looking for the outside improvement of of like the lifestyle they have, instead of looking into themselves and actually analyzing, oh, what did I do? Like people go into a relationship and it's always pointing fingers of like, oh, he did this, or he was this, or he was that. Yeah. And it's like I think it's the wrong mentality. For example, I already talked about this in the last podcast when I was in that relationship. I have many reasons to point fingers, but I realized it's not gonna do me any good pointing fingers. So might as well I just started looking back into my decisions and the things that I did, and I was just like, I mean, it's not thinking back of like, man, if I would have done this, it would have changed anything. No, what happened happened, and it was meant to happen. But whenever you learn from the past and learn from the bad mistakes you make, you actually make sure that the next person doesn't have to deal with those bad habits that you have.
Bad behaviors, the toxic behaviors.
Yeah.
Whatever you picked up from the previous relationship, don't bring it on to the next relationship.
And I feel like the best way to not bring those stuff, not the best way, it's the only way to not bring those stuff, is to self-analyze.
See what you're truly worth. Don't just listen to your friends gas you up.
That's true.
Make you think like you're everything in a bag of chips. Which
That is very true.
majority of the time, no offense to nobody, even me, like I know I'm not everything in a bag of chips. I just self-analyze, like you said, and then see what I can offer forward for my partner and see what they can offer for me.
That's
Not
so
trying-
funny. Now, go ahead, finish.
But yeah, it's just to see what they can offer for me. So we're both benefiting from the relationship. And
That-
we're both trying to build each other up.
That is very true. Now, the funny thing, I actually struggle with that because every time I meet someone, I'm always thinking of like, okay, am I being fair? Like, am I just, because we always want to demand, always want to like, oh, like, you always have this ideal of the person that you want. But it's like, okay, think of that person, right? Exactly like the girl of your dreams, like the perfect girl, right? Even the girl that you think is almost out of your league. And then self-analyze yourself, like where you at. And it's like, do you really deserve that girl? Like, is that the girl that you really deserve?
But you know what, bro?
What?
I feel like that type of like, when you look at someone like that and you think to yourself, like, do I really deserve that girl? Don't you ever think like, you know how they have that saying that the reason why you're single is because God is protecting people from you?
Yeah. And that's very true once you start analyzing yourself.
But is that really the case?
Yes. I think so.
You gotta try looking at it from this perspective too.
I
What
think
if
I know what you're
he's-
going to say. You're going
what
to
if-
say maybe he's trying to protect me from them.
Yeah, because you think
Yeah.
like the outside, the exterior, what you're saying, like the beauty aspect of it, is what it's really all about. But what if that person's just rotten on the inside?
I
They're
mean,
just they look good, but doesn't mean they're good for you. Is what I'm trying to say.
this is the best way to combat that. Let God do him, you do you.
That just means stop chasing.
Yeah. In the sense of like, let God protect you, you do your part. Like, let me do this way. Let God do his job, you do yours. And by you doing your job and him doing his job, you'll get where you need to. The problem is that if you're trying to play God now, like if you're trying to figure out like what is God gonna do? What are you going what are you supposed to do? It's like that's the problem. It's like I'm gonna give you an example. Or like actually I'm gonna go back where I was going from. Like I was going about talking about you should self analyze. I think about the girl of my dreams, right? The girl that I want. I have to think about the kind of person that she would be and the kind of person that she deserves. Not thinking of like me, thinking of who does she deserve? What kind of man does she supposed to have?
So basically, don't pull up like this is what you're getting. Like the mess that I am right now, this is what you're getting.
Exactly. You don't go to a dealer trying to get a Lamborghini and you go with $20,000 and trying to buy it off the lot just like that. Maybe a down payment, but it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you big time. Even if you get it, it's just gonna cost you big time. You don't. It just doesn't work that way. You have to, and once you do that, you start realizing how life just starts making a lot more sense. And you attract what you are. You attract your own worth, in a sense. And sometimes it takes time, but just keep going your own path, and you'll start attracting your own worth.
That is nice,
Sounds nice.
but it's not that easy.
You think? That's what I was thinking too when I said it. It
You're
sounds
always
nice.
gonna attract misery, bro. No matter how miserable or how happy you are, misery is always gonna come knocking at your door.
Man, pain is part of growing. Has there ever been a time where you've grown and haven't felt pain? Hmm?
Hey man, you don't want me to speak on that.
I'm just saying. Has there ever been a time where you have grown and haven't felt pain?
I mean, for sure, bro.
So, pain is part of growing. Why God? What do you think God put us to the desert? Why does He put us in the process? Like
The wilderness.
it's because He has to test you, and the test itself is what makes you grow. If you don't take the test,
He puts you in an environment that only you can thrive at.
that is true, but it's up to you. Like it's not like He's just gonna put you there, no matter what you do, you don't thrive. No, 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 no. He puts you there. He gives you the opportunity, but it's up to you.
He gives you the equipment.
Yes,
He equips you. For example, you got to use the equipment that you have.
exactly. But it's up to you. That's my point.
You can provide all these things, but it's up to you to put in the work.
So just going back to the argument, I'm just saying, pain is part of growing. So, yeah, pain will always follow you. So fall in love with the pain. It's a weird thing. It's pretty new to me. It's pretty new to me, like the concept. But I've just seen it to be actually very true. So I've kind of been going through it. Like I've been sticking through it. And I've seen I've seen the growth. I've seen the growth. And I'm definitely not I'm not where I want, like where I know I want to be. But it's step by step. I know I'm gonna get there.
It's also the character development. You ever notice that you're not who you used to be?
Yeah, you never. You think people always continuously grow, or you think people like sometimes get stuck in the same
They
place?
get stuck, bro.
I think they do.
It's just like I was gonna mention earlier. You ever find yourself like, of course, there's like this train track, right? Imagine, let's use the road
Yeah.
as a pathway. You ever find yourself being on the right road or on the right track, but you're just going the opposite way?
Sometimes I feel like whenever you're doing the right thing, that's how it feels. Yeah, it feels like you're always going the opposite way because the road is narrow. Not everybody's gonna take it. Everybody wants to take the easy way, the easy route. So you have to go against the crowd.
Bro, I seen a meme the other day that said like when you notice your friends doing the wrong things
Yeah.
to you know what I mean, get some money, but as soon as you do it, it's like God's gonna use you as an example.
Yeah. No, it literally be like that. You know what's
Yeah.
something that it's funny. you might not like the fact that I'm gonna use him as a quote,
Go,
but I've heard this from Andrew Tate.
go ahead, bro.
I heard this from Andrew Tate, and he basically was talking about, all right, if you have, let's say, 2 plants or 3 plants, let's say 3 plants, right? And you water it every day, and one of them just kind of grows. The other one goes midway, but the other one grows beautifully and gives you all like the flowers and stuff. Which one of the plants is gonna be your favorite?
The one that grows the most.
Exactly. He's saying that's the same point of view with God.
Dude,
God has favorites. That's what he's saying.
That's one of the parables, bro.
It is.
Yeah, it's like
Oh.
gave a servant like 2 coins. Gave one of the servants like 1, the other one 3, the other one like 6, and see when he left and came back, the one with 6 multiplied it, the one with like 3 multiplied it, and the other one just hid it in the ground. And then that servant was the one he called a wicked servant because he didn't put any work towards anything.
But the whole point of the message is that God has favorites. But it's up to you.
I mean, many are called, but few are chosen. But you don't want to walk around with
I don't like that saying.
you don't want to walk around with the mentality that you're one of God's favorites. You should probably humble yourself a lot.
It's not I think I'm better than people. Like the reason why you say, no, it depends how you see it. If you see it as like, oh, God loves me more than he loves you, well, you have the wrong concept because he loves us all equal. But he does have favorites. And here's the reason why.
I'm listening, bro.
Here's
It's
the
just I
reason
don't
why.
want to.
Here's the reason. You know what? I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can. The reason why I think God has favorites is because God we all creations, right? And we all have a purpose here in life. And it's our choice what we do with the gifts that he gave us, right? They're irrevocable. It is our choice. And some of us actually decide to do the right path, while some of us decide to do the bad path. And he still loves us all the same. But here's the thing. The one that actually decides to take the right path, the difficult path, it's not the easy path. It's the path that it's the hard path. That's why nobody wants to take it. That's why everybody wants to take the easy route. The one that takes the hard path, you start realizing that at first it's going to be misery. At first it's going to be hardship. It's going to be horrible. But then God blesses those who persevere. Persevere. That's the word. God blesses those the most. Why? Because they put in the work. And those are that's what I mean when I say God has favorites. He will bless those the most because they put in their work. Make sense?
It does make sense.
That's my point of view. If you go to the point of view of like, oh, he loves you more than the other ones, then no, you got it wrong.
But do you know that someone can be naturally gifted by God?
Yeah.
Let's use that as an example. And there could be someone that's not naturally gifted, but if that person that isn't naturally gifted put in twice as much work than as the person that is naturally gifted, that person could technically end up being better than the person that's naturally gifted.
Hard work will always be talent. It just goes back to that. It don't matter how talented you are. Whoever's putting more work is going to outdo you. You can outdo people by hard work. And some people, because talent gives you a huge advantage. So the more talent they have, the more you have to outwork them. But most definitely, if you outwork them, eventually you'll get better than them. And then you're going to become the talented one. That's how it is.
It's just that, you know, it's just like the people that use beauty to their advantage.
Yeah.
That's just the smallest example possible. It's a common example. Some people use beauty as a weapon. Like they know they look good, so they can just get away with certain stuff.
Whoa, man.
Nah, that's crazy.
Think about it. I'm not lying. They know I'm true. Then I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. Let's be honest. Look, it doesn't matter. You can be an average girl. Your beauty is still a big benefit.
Be the dumbest girl.
Yeah.
And your beauty still.
Like it's gonna get you places. Just simply your beauty.
Yeah.
It's gonna get you places. It's gonna give you opportunities. That's why. This is gonna sound maybe misogynistic or something. I don't know. But that's why I feel really bad for ugly girls. They have it hard, bro. I've seen it firsthand, bro.
Nah, you know what, bro?
I feel bad for them,
I'm
bro.
gonna give you an example of to back up what you're saying.
Yeah.
A guy could see an ugly girl getting beat by her boyfriend, and he wouldn't do anything.
I
But
don't know about that.
dude, I seen it
Have
firsthand.
you seen it?
Yeah. So a guy can be
Why do you
beating
do
his girl.
nothing? That
Nigga,
was
what
you, my
you
boy.
mean?
If you saw it firsthand, that was
Nah,
you.
I don't get in the middle of nothing, bro.
What you mean?
Nah.
That's wrong, bro. What the heck?
Nah, dude.
How long
Nah,
ago
I
was
seen-
that? I'm just
Why you
thinking about it.
asking me, bro?
I'm thinking about it. All right. So you said you seen it firsthand, and you're talking about you seen
Nah,
how,
but it's like I seen the two versions of it. Like
and nobody
mainly
say
through, like,
nothing.
social-
Yeah, that's you.
it's nah,
That's
bro.
you.
It's mainly through social media, bro.
Oh,
but
okay.
think
So
about
you
it
haven't
like-
seen it firsthand. You've seen it secondhand.
I might have seen a little
gotta
something and
clarify
just
that, bro.
mind my business.
You
You know what I
gotta
mean?
clarify that, bro. You might have to take it out.
I'm not, dude. Literally, like it could
Hey.
be like, it could be a pretty girl getting beat up by her boyfriend, and immediately, like you'll see like 6 dudes just pull up, like, "Hey, why you beating that girl?" But if it's like a, no offense, but like, girl is a bit overweight, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
doesn't have anything going for her.
I think that's abuse. Just the
Abuse
fact
no
that she's
matter what.
overweight, that's abuse. Think about it. All right. I was kidding, bro. I was kidding. It was a
But-
joke. It was a joke.
Dude, it's a real thing, bro. It's a real thing.
But think about it for real.
Just kidding. But think about it, bro.
I think. All right. I am. I'm just joking around. All right. And don't take it that serious. They're gonna come on me.
No, they're gonna come at me because of what you said.
No,
And they
hey,
like, oh, so you just stood by?
look, then think about it this way. I dig you in the hole, and then I say, "Yo, wait, I'm coming."
But here's
You
the
know what I'm
thing,
saying?
bro. The reason to why I didn't interfere is because she is allowing that to happen.
What do you mean? Because she's toxic. She like the toxic relationship.
If I get in between that, I'm probably gonna get beat up by both of them, and I've seen that happen too.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Whenever I see toxic relationships, I understand your point of view. Because, like, whenever I see, I guess I do the same thing then. Because whenever I see toxic relationships, I never get in. I don't know about the beating and stuff. I haven't really seen it firsthand like that.
I haven't seen it like not like abuse, like girl bleeding or nothing like that, but it's like probably like a backhand or something.
A bad way?
The pimp hand. Pimp hand, bro. Like,
Oh, pin. Oh, you said like smack. Okay. And,
this is getting, yep,
it's getting out of hand, ain't it?
it's getting out of talking about hand.
Hey.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, bro.
Tudum-ps. I got you.
No, but that really sucks, bro.
It's the real life, you know. But the problem is that here's the thing with life, bro. It's your own responsibility to get out whatever issue you have, even if it's not your fault. Like, you know how you have families blessings and families curse. You know,